The world is full of information our bodies just can't process. Our ears are great, but they have limits. They can't hear the ultra-high frequencies used by some devices or the subtle infrasound that travels for miles. This is where science and technology become our new senses. We're talking about a new kind of security, one that operates beyond the normal human range. It's about listening for things that aren't meant for our ears, from sophisticated surveillance bugs to the operational hum of rogue AI systems. By building the right tools, we can peel back a layer of reality and see what's buzzing just out of sight and sound. This isn't science fiction, it's the next logical step in workshop-driven exploration and security. Think of it like this: a high-pitched dog whistle is silent to us, but a dog hears it loud and clear. What if a threat operated on a similar principle? It could be a data-transmitting signal disguised as meaningless noise, or a machine communicating with another machine in a way we were never meant to intercept. To protect ourselves, we have to build systems that can hear these hidden conversations. This is where AI comes in. We can train an algorithm to listen for patterns in these ultrasonic and infrasonic bands, flagging anything that seems out of place or intentional. It's about building a better ear, one that's tireless and has a much wider range than our own. The beauty of this approach is its accessibility. You don't need a government-level budget to start exploring this unseen world. With a decent computer, some specialized software, and a good microphone, you can build your own listening station. The core idea is to capture a wide spectrum of sound, far beyond the 20 Hz to 20 kHz range that humans can hear. We then use software to sift through this massive amount of data, looking for the proverbial needle in the haystack. It's a process of discovery, experimentation, and, of course, a healthy dose of myth-busting to separate real signals from simple background noise. This is where the real fun begins. Our goal is to create a security system that anticipates threats we can't perceive. This could be a tiny, battery-powered device emitting a data burst once an hour, or it could be the acoustic signature of a drone operating in a restricted area. It could even be a new form of AI-to-AI communication that uses sound as its medium. By setting up our own detection grid, we're not just passively listening, we're actively hunting for anomalies. We are building a digital ghost net, designed to catch the whispers and murmurs that travel through the air, completely unnoticed by the people walking right through them every single day. Let's get building. First things first, let's talk hardware. The heart of our setup is a capable computer. You don't need a supercomputer, but a machine with a solid processor, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a fast solid-state drive is essential. Audio processing, especially in real time, is demanding. The real star of the show, however, is your audio interface and microphone. You need a microphone that can capture frequencies well above 20 kHz. Look for microphones with a wide frequency response, sometimes marketed for high-resolution audio recording or scientific measurement. These mics are our gateway to the ultrasonic world. Your audio interface will connect this microphone to your computer, converting the analog sound waves into digital data your machine can understand. Now for the software. Our primary tool for this operation is iZotope's RX-7. While there are newer versions, RX-7 is a powerhouse and a workshop favorite for its incredible spectral editing capabilities. Think of it as a Photoshop for audio. It allows you to see sound. The spectrogram view in RX-7 displays the audio not just as a waveform of amplitude over time, but as a visual map of frequency over time. This is absolutely critical. It lets us spot a persistent, high-frequency signal that would be completely invisible on a standard waveform view. We will be using RX-7's denoise, dehum, and spectral repair modules to isolate our mystery signals from the ambient chaos. Setting it all up is straightforward. Connect your wide-range microphone to the audio interface with a quality XLR cable. Then, connect the audio interface to your computer, usually via USB or Thunderbolt. Install the necessary drivers for your interface and then install RX-7. Open RX-7 and go to the audio preferences. You'll need to select your audio interface as both the input and output device. It's also crucial to set your project's sample rate as high as your interface will allow. 96 kHz or even 192 kHz is ideal. A higher sample rate means the system can capture higher frequencies, which is exactly what we're hunting for. Once connected, it's time for a test run. Put on some headphones, enable input monitoring, and tap the microphone. You should see the levels jump. Now, be quiet. Look at the spectrogram. You'll see the ambient noise of your room, the hum of your computer, the buzz of the lights, maybe traffic outside. This is your baseline. Your mission is to find signals that stand out from this baseline. We've essentially built a digital listening post, a ghost net ready to capture any strange sonic fish that swim by. This setup is our first step toward hearing the unhearable and making sense of the noise. With our rig assembled, the next phase is capture and analysis. The process begins with recording. Open a new file in RX7 and hit the record button. Let it run. You want to capture long stretches of audio, especially if you suspect a signal is intermittent. Your first recording will be your raw, unaltered original. It is vitally important to save this file immediately and create a backup. Label it clearly, something like raw_audio_2025-0630_1400_living_room. This raw file is your control, your untampered evidence. Never ever work directly on your original recording. Always, and I mean always, work on a copy. This is fundamental science and good data management. Now create a copy of that file and name it something like cleaned_audio_2025-0630_1400_living_room. This is your working file. Open it in RX7 and pull up the spectrogram view. This is where the magic happens. Scan the entire frequency spectrum visually. Look for things that don't belong. Are there faint, straight lines in the high-frequency range? That could be the carrier signal of a bug. Do you see repeating blocks of noise? That might be a digital data packet. Your eyes will often spot anomalies your ears completely missed. Use the zoom and scroll functions to inspect anything that looks suspicious. Isolate these strange sounds with your cursor. Once you've identified a potential signal, it's time to clean up the audio around it. Let's say you found a persistent tone at 35 kHz. The first step is to remove the general background noise. Use the voice, denoise or spectral denoise module. Select a small portion of the recording that is just background hiss. Let the module learn the noise profile, and then apply it to the entire file. This will make your target signal stand out more. Next, you can use the spectral repair tool. This allows you to literally paint away unwanted sounds. You can select the background noise around your signal and attenuate it, leaving the signal itself more exposed and easier to analyze. After cleaning, you have a much clearer version of your mystery sound. Now you can begin to analyze it. Is it a steady tone or does it pulse? If it pulses, what's the interval? Use RX7's selection tools and timeline to measure the duration and frequency of the pulses. This data is crucial. A signal that pulses every second on the second might be a simple timing signal. A signal with a complex, non-repeating pattern could be encrypted data or even a rudimentary AI communication protocol. You are no longer just listening, you are deconstructing a hidden message piece by piece, using software to reveal what was designed to be concealed. Detecting a strange signal is one thing, finding where it's coming from is the real challenge. This is where geofencing and directional finding come into play. A geofence is a virtual perimeter for a real-world geographic area. We can use this concept to narrow down a signal's origin. The basic principle requires more than one listening post. For a simple setup, you'll need at least 2, preferably 3 microphones placed some distance apart. By recording simultaneously on all channels, you can analyze the slight time difference it takes for the signal to arrive at each microphone. This technique, known as time difference of arrival, can help you triangulate the source. Let's walk through a simple directional finding exercise. Set up your main recording rig and a second, portable one. Maybe a laptop with another high-frequency mic and interface. Place them at opposite ends of a room or property. Record simultaneously. When you find your anomalous signal on both recordings, zoom in on the waveform. You will see that the signal arrives at the closer microphone a few microseconds before it arrives at the farther one. By measuring this delay and knowing the distance between your mics, you can calculate a rough direction. It's not perfect, but it tells you if the source is generally to the left or to the right. It's basic, but it's a starting point. For more advanced tracking, we can use AI to automate this process. You can feed the audio from your multiple microphones into a custom script. This script can be programmed to constantly scan for your target signal's signature. When it detects the signal on all channels, it automatically calculates the time difference of arrival and plots a potential vector on a digital map of the area. By moving your microphones around and collecting more data points, the AI can refine its calculations, drawing intersecting lines that converge on the signal's origin. This turns your static listening posts into an active tracking system, methodically closing in on the hidden device. This fusion of high-fidelity audio capture, AI analysis and classic triangulation techniques pushes security into a new dimension. We are no longer limited by our own biology. We can detect the ultrasonic pulse of a hidden camera, track the acoustic signature of an unauthorized drone, or even identify the weird chirping language of two AI systems coordinating in the shadows. It's a testament to the power of curiosity and the tools we build in our workshops. By learning to listen to the silence, we can prepare for threats that never make a sound, at least not a sound that humans were ever meant to hear. The world is noisy, you just have to know how to listen.